possible underwater pyramid in China raises global questions about history as we know it. This has to do with the legend of Lake Fuxian, underwater pyramids and artifacts found. If you see the video before this one, the ancient Greeks wrote of Atlanteans going to various areas of the world to escape destruction of Atlantis. They went to Egypt, they went to Asia, and they went to the North and South America regions as well, set up cities there. So could this be one of those? There is always controversy among archaeologists about how old the ancient pyramids are. Archaeologists tend to follow an agreed upon schedule, and there are those who dispute these dates. Could the Egyptian pyramids be hundreds of thousands of years old, as some have suggested? One thing is clear, the debate will never end. However, if we look at the big picture, there's a good reason to keep asking questions. Pyramids around the world have striking similarities that suggest possible global communication, design, and advanced technology thousands of years ago. In this case, an archaic and intricately carved underwater pyramid reinforces the idea that it could have been built in the distant past, so distant even before the Great Flood described in the ancient texts worldwide. Away from Egypt, in the vast secretive nation of China, there is a sunken city and a large underwater pyramid located on Lake Fuxian, Fuxian. The lake is in Yunnan province, covers 100 square miles, and is 508 feet deep. The lake is 1,720 meters above sea level, that's about 6,000 feet above sea level, and is one of the largest freshwater lakes in China. A professional diver, Zhang Wei, found carved stones under moss in the seabed in 1992. His further exploration by submarine, along with Chinese archaeologists, uncovered sunken stairs and city walls, earthenware, and a structure of roads. The diver suspected that the city may be the site of the legendary ancient city of Yuan, which is said to have disappeared in the distant past. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box. So they cannot be geological structures, especially with the paved roads, earthenware, city walls, and sunken stairs. They look something like Yonaguni recently found in South Japan. So the diver suspected that the city may be the site of the legendary ancient city of Yuan, said to be have disappeared in the distant past. Now, the missing pyramid. The following is an excerpt from a Chinese news source called China Daily, and this is what they say. Zhang Wei believed that stones could be from ancient times. However, why was it underwater? Where did they come from? Why these questions? Zhang remembered a mysterious myth about the lake. The locals often said that the locals could see a city-like silhouette at the bottom of the lake from the nearby mountains on a nice calm day. Was it the ancient city mentioned in the legend? To solve the riddle, Gang dived into the water about 38 times to continue his research. Finally, he wrote a report to inform official services and experts in Yunnan province about his findings. The same Chinese news source, which is closely monitored by the communist government, openly mentions the history of the underwater city. Archaeologists say the archaeological site dates to 250 AD, and it was initially suspected that the sunken city matched the legends of the lost city of Yuan. However, after close examination, archaeologists determined that the stone city could not be Yuan, as it was made of wood and clay and not stone. In addition, archaeologists who have tried to date the material to the stones have found that the sunken city must be much older. More specifically, the source completely omits the reference to any pyramid. On the other hand, Chinese travel guides project the pyramid and even compare the findings there with the Mayan pyramids. This is what Travel Guide China from China Travel says. In 2005, the discovered ancient city reached an area of 2.4 square kilometers with 8 main buildings. The most amazing is the pyramid of Lake Fuxian. This 5-story building is 21 meters high, it's about 60 feet high, and has the shape of a Mayan pyramid. A tent-type construction with many bronze buckles was considered an altar. There are many, that's 5 to 15 centimeters, 3 to 6 inches, holes in the underwater building that researchers believe may have been used to build houses. A British source also linked to the Mayan structure says, researchers claim that 8 main buildings were found, all underwater, including a colossal 37-meter wide northeast-like building with a gap to the northeast and 2 large tall buildings with floors, similar to the Mayan pyramids, end quote. Other sources make it clear that the pyramid appears to have been advanced and described enigmatic sculptures found in the stones. A rare sun-shaped engraving has been found that can be dated to 1,800 years old. Other sculptures look like masks with faces that are not human, as well as symbols that look like the number 0, 1, and the letter Y. The legend of Lake Fuxian. According to Chang Fu Zi, a book written during the reign of Emperor Dao Guang, describes a flying animal that looks like a horse living in a lake that was marked white with red spots on its back. The similar animal was later described as Pegasus, the flying horse of ancient Greek legends. On October 24, 1991, a fisherman named Zhang Wuxiang was on the lake on a clear day. In the lake, a thick fog appeared, and the fishermen and others on the boat saw a glowing disc-shaped UFO coming out of the water. The boat made waves as it ascended, throwing the fishermen boats into the water. Then it quickly disappeared into the sky. The China Daily reports that a hill west of the lake called Li Jiashan is the site of a regular army patrols. Although no one knows why the army has facilities there, the hill was once the site of an ancient battlefield, and thousands of copper foundries were found there. Li Jiashan Hill is known to attract lightning, according to the report. There was another strange phenomenon that was observed in Li Jiashan. Lightning has struck there many times. According to experts, huge amounts of metal should be buried there, which explains the attraction of lightning. There are still many copper foundries in Li. Are there copper foundries in Li Jiashan? That's a question. There are many myths that the locals remember. An ancient myth was about people who sank with the old city and now live underwater. And there are testimonies that, quote, during the dive, mummies were found standing in the lake, according to reports, end quote. So this I've translated for you from a Greek article. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support.